What's up, everybody? I am Snigenhoff, and today we are playing Manchu, Gesundheit. In the last episode, we went to war with Chagatai once again. Hopefully this time we'll be able to thoroughly finish them off. And we advanced the age to the Age of Reformation, in which has a bunch of bonuses that I don't super want. Although, to be fair, a lot of these objectives are going to be kind of hard for me to get. Even Unified Culture is going to be hard, because the last one I need, the Ming own. Which one? This one right here. Andong. Andong. Anyways, let's continue on with this war. They have, what, 12,000 troops altogether? Yeah, so we should be able to win it relatively easily. Religious migration. Having learned, we've had this event before. We can either gain one base tax and head to a law, or Gyeongsang becomes Confucian, and we get local tax modifier from it. But if it's a Tengri province, I don't want to convert it to Confucian, which it is. So we're going to take the base tax. There's their 12,000 troops. That's where you're heading. Ming just keeps getting more and more tributaries, making them more and more powerful. Ming is going to be a bear to take down, guys. Like, I'm scared. It's going to be ridiculous. We have won the siege of Bukhara. I don't really need a military advisor right now. I've got plenty of military points. Alright, sweet. Let's try chasing them down. Should probably detach sieges along the way. Alright, they're running back behind that fort. You. I'm gonna send you guys here, just in case they come to try to relieve this siege. Alright, we sieged down their capital. Fantastic. And we can take the next espionage idea. And the one after that is the important one. The one we've been waiting on this whole time. No, Chagatai. Whatever you want, you definitely don't. Whatever you want to give me, I definitely don't want. Okay, so what are we taking from Chagatai? One thing I may want to do is... Where is it? This should be an enforced religion. Turn cores, revoke cores, annul treaties, release nations, cancel subjects. Concede defeat, enforce military. Maybe you can't enforce Tengri on people. It's possible. So then we'll just take land. Well, do I want to leave Yarkand here? Chagatai, Delhi, and Kazakh. I actually kind of do want to leave Chagatai here, because they're currently my buffer against Muscovy. So that's probably the peace deal I'm going for, which they will currently accept. So sure. Let's get to burning things down. Can't burn this down because it's being sieged, but... Ooh, that's a nice province. Come over here to Samarkand, you guys. And our horde unity is at 100, fantastic. The tribes want even more land. Now they expect to control 40%. Jeez. One. I'm just going to give them as many of these crappy provinces as I can. Oh, sweet. Apparently they only want 39%. Didn't it just say they expect to control 40? Oh no, they expect to control 35. I gave them way more land than I needed to, but that gives us a buffer. It's not like I gave them anything good, so... you can come back from there. And we'll send you to either Delhi or Persia. Military divided. Opposing factions in the military are advocating different tactics. We need to back one of them to end the bickering. The forts are our strength, plus 20 fort defense, or we must always attack, plus 10% siege ability. I'm going to take the siege ability. Oichi wants to ally with me. Where are you at, Oichi? It's these guys. Sorry, bro. That one's not going to happen. Japan has formed up rather nicely over here. One thing I could also do is start fabricating claims across the Korean Sea over here and go to war with Japan, although I'm sure they have a much better navy than I do currently. We do have 342 ducats right now, and we can lower maintenance, that's for darn sure. How's our rooting out corruption going? We actually need to pay more in rooting out corruption. Here in a little bit, though, once we get a few more Diplo points, we will be able to take this last espionage idea to allow our corruption to dip down a lot faster. We're 2 techs away from getting the next idea group. Make this into a core now. Force limit, 26 force limit. I could repay a 281 ducat loan, but that would just make us to the point where we're going to end up taking out another loan after that, so that doesn't seem all that great. Well, we'll repay this one that they say is coming due, I guess. Political refugees. Following a lost power struggle, a large group of political refugees from the Ming Empire began to seek refuge in our country. The conflict seems insignificant enough that the winning side in Ming is particularly interested in searching for them for their fleeting compatriots, but they may still appreciate it if we delivered the refugees to them. On the other hand, these men and women of some ability, these are men and women of some ability who could likely do a lot of good in our country if we allowed them to stay. We could make room for them, so Samarkand gets minus 10% development cost and plus 10% production efficiency, or we can gain 10 horde unity, and their Ming's opinion of us goes up by 50, which is only at 68 right now, mostly because of aggressive expansion. Although we have now shut off Ming from expanding this way through the horde territories. So now if they want to expand, they're going to have to go through to the south. So we don't... I don't know what my point was there, but there was a point. Apparently I can no longer repay that loan. Or there was two of those that came up at the same time. The development cost would be nice for triggering for being able to develop in the colonialism. I'd kind of rather do it over here, because this is where most of my development is at. So I want it to spread over here, not over here. I don't need the horde unity right now, but I think I'm gonna just take this. It is nice. I mean, what I was saying earlier about Ming not being able to expand this way, it is nice that we don't have to race them anymore, which is kind of what we were doing for a long time. We were both just racing westward as fast as we could. Let's set up a spy network on Persia. Let's take the military tech. Now we're 130 years ahead. We are 13 years ahead of time on it. Although that did give us unbalanced research, which is going to cause our corruption to tick up faster. What's the superior unit time? Step riders, that's fantastic. And the cannons we have a better choice of. We're not going to be building cannons for a little while though. We don't need a military advisor. And as soon as I get done with this diplomatic idea group, maybe I should stay focused on Diplo so I can get these techs and then switch over to admin probably. Losing money still. Corruption's ticking up even faster. And my inflation is ticking up also at ridiculous rates. They want military points, it's fine. I could boost stability for 121 to +1, which will allow, first of all, it'll allow prosperity to tick up in my country, and second of all, if I hired a military missionary strength guy, I'd be able to do more conversions, which doing conversions would allow me to get splendor. Another thing we could do is just have the splendor start ticking up so we could get the golden era. That's another option. Call the diplomat from Bengal. We're gonna want diplomatic power at the end of this year. Have one improve with allies. And have one improve with outraged countries. I have exiled armies. Where? All the way up here. I should probably bring them back home. Once this devastation is all ticked down, which it looks like it has, I will mothball this fort and probably just destroy this fort, to be honest with you. That one may be useful. I mean, it was a mountain fort near the border with Ming, but I mean, I have no forts anywhere right now. If and when I go to war with Ming, I'm just going to have to hit them hard and push straight into their country. Otherwise, they're going to be able to siege me down so fast I won't be able to do anything. Or when it comes time, when we're gearing up for going to war with Ming, we may have to build a bunch of forts along the border with them to at least hold them up some. Losing 5 ducats a month. And we have more separatists. And they fired on territories where my armies were at. Fantastic. I wasn't even paying attention to that. That's my fault. Those guys are walking into a bloodbath. They actually might win this fight. They did. That's miraculous. How many men are in this army? There's 13. Start marching over there. And we've got the Afghan separatists firing soon as well in Kunduz. Right there. Just missed them, huh? You can never have too much money. I will certainly take 25 free ducats. Genoa's Trade League disbanded. Beat those guys. Renewed a loan. And I thought I'd figured out all of my monetary issues, but not quite the case, huh? How big are the Afghan separatists going to be? 8K. These guys can certainly deal with that. March over to there. And then after that, the Kazaki separatists are going to fire. And how big are they going to be? 13K. Cores are almost all done. That's nice. Loss of stability. Fantastic. Oh my god. He's gained the Ruthless trait, so he gets land fire plus 10%, which is great considering how much fire damage we're doing right now, which is none. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter. Those are both going to definitely fire. The Oirat one will probably not fire. The Timurid one will fire, most likely. Ming wants military. Leave the... Alright, that's going to cause our corruption to tick down a lot faster now. And then we're going to stay focused on Diplo so we can get caught up in tech. And then once we're caught up in techs, we'll switch over to admin. Share their maps of Khorasan with Ming, who learned of 29 provinces. Another thing I was wanting to look at was maybe changing up my trade stuff, but like maybe like sending my ships and stuff to protect trade in Beijing, but I don't think it's going to be worth it, to be honest with you. How many ships am I behind? I'm a lot of ships behind, but none of the stuff we're doing right now requires ships, and I'm short on money. And I wish these guys would fire faster so that I could have my troops stand down. We have room for 20 more troops, jeez. Yeah, there's the loan. Okay, so we're going to take economic ideas next. I think that's just like the best option for us. We're going to be super behind on... We're going to need so many admin points, it's not even going to be funny, but... Ming's at war. No, Ming's not at war. I guess Lana was just walking in to help them with rebels. I just saw this foreign army in there and assumed it was war. The Ottomans are rivaled with Ming. That is actually good for me. Because I'm sure the game is going to force me to rival Ming soon. So us having a common rival would be nice. Peasants getting uppity. We can enforce serfdom and lose 35 admin or lose 10 horde unity. How many favors do we have with Vijayanagar? 6. And we're gaining 1 every year. So in 4 years we could go to war with Delhi and they're not allied to Persia anymore. And Persia has no allies. So we could go, in 4 years, we could go to war with Persia and call Vijayanagar into it. So that's probably what we're going to do. Our religious unity is just getting worse and worse by the second. We got problems with a capital T, and that rhymes with P, and that stands for Horde. So we could lose 10 Horde unity. It's ticking down at 5 a year right now. I don't really want to lose the admin. So if Persia's our next war, it's likely not Chagatai. They are... My truce with them doesn't end for another 11 years. But yeah, I mean, we just kind of have to keep getting bigger and stronger and hope that eventually we'll be big enough and strong enough to fight Ming. They want an alliance again? That's not going to happen. Are you guys seriously just never going to fire? You're just going to troll me? Make me lose all my money? Make me take out 1 billion loans and go bankrupt? I can have 21 bank loans right now, and I have 5. There was a point in time where I had no loans. That was nice. I kind of want to bump up my stability one more time. It's going to be expensive, but might allow me to get those conversions. Free stability, like just lower stability cost modifier and yearly prestige. That seems good. I could turn on this policy also to give me plus 20 cavalry combat ability, but I'll at least wait until we go to war for that. All right, let's lower maintenance, at least until they get up to 90%. Our guy is now an embezzler, so half that corruption that we're getting ticking down from our spy network ideas is going to be ticking right back up because of our ruler, so that's fantastic. Our mission is to improve our prestige. You can have my diplomatic power. They're at 80% right now. I have 6 loans, 5 loans. Gross. Well, we will figure out what to do on the next episode. Looks like Muscovy just went to war with Chagatai, so can be bordering them pretty soon. Who are the rivals that I can pick? Just Muscovy, who has a 38% larger army than me and a 53% larger navy, although the navy really matters very little. If I rival Muscovy, I'm going to wait until after I declare war on Persia to do it, because I don't want to rival Persia and then have rival Muscovy and then have Muscovy and Persia just ally up right off the bat and have to fight both of them in a war. That seems like a terrible idea. So that's the plan there. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, feel free to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment. Tell me about Mercuria. This little province in the middle of the Nile River. How did they get here? Are they a wandering tribe of bandits? Are they pirates displaced from the sea? Are they something else that wouldn't be a negative stereotype of Arabic and or North African people? Let me know in the comments. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.